and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be doing the Capricorn energy reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, especially since this is a general reading. All right, we're going to look at what you may be struggling with. So we have the King of Pentacles. So it could have to do with starting a business, finances, materialistic things, budgets, career. We have the Eight of Pentacles, researching something, again with Pentacles, and then we have Knight of Wands, so taking action. Advice from the tarot was hang in there and don't give up. I feel like I was seeing the curve of something like right before it explodes, like right before it starts to go up, and like I was kind of seeing that when I saw this card here in the advice from the tarot. It's like at any moment you could blow up, right? Things could turn around, things could change, things could, you know, really be on the up and up. We have the Emperor, right? Feeling like you're sitting on top, feeling like you're in control, and then we have the Strength card. So the advice from the tarot: be confident and strong and not give up. Especially with the Emperor energy, that's not someone who gives up. That's somebody who hangs in there. What's coming in for you? We have the Moon, just Pisces. We have the Sun and the Moon. And we have the Four of Swords, and I feel like for some reason I feel like one more. We have the Five of Wands. And then for overall energy, I feel like these two. So we have the Fool, and then we have the Six of Wands. So we have that energy. That's the overall energy, is the new beginnings, a successful new beginning for you. But first, you have to get through this. So we have what you may be struggling with is this. I feel like it's also having patience with something, because the King of Pentacles is someone who has a lot of patience. He has a lot of determination. He's very driven, and he knows that it's the long term. And I feel that, I almost feel like you're putting your attention towards the wrong thing, that you're spending time focusing on other things than what you should be focusing on. That if you have this business or you have this goal with this King of Pentacles, that you need to be putting a lot of work and effort into that needs to be your focus, that you can't be doing it part-time or a little bit here and there, or that you can't have it one of many things on your plate. That if you want to succeed, whatever this goal is with this King of Pentacles, is that you have to make sure that you have that focus, make sure that you are putting in as much time as possible, and you're dedicating yourself to this situation, and that you're focusing on it, and that you're working on it. Because I feel like you're being distracted. I feel like you're looking at other things, that you're focusing on what's not happening instead of what is happening, and I feel like you're losing your patience. I feel like you're kind of expecting that things were going to be going differently, but I feel like sometimes you have to like take that step back, and you have to say, well, wait a minute, where's all my attention going to? Where is all my focus going to? Am I putting in as much effort and energy as I can into this situation in order to make it happen? Am I dedicated to this, or am I kind of sort of doing it? You know what I mean? Am I focused on it, or I'm just it's just kind of a side thing? So I feel like that's what you need to figure out there. The advice from the tarot is the Nine of Wands, which is hang in there and feel confident in if this is what you truly want to do and you want to go after, that you have to be confident that it's going to happen, and you have to hang in there and not give up. And you're waiting on results, but I feel like sometimes like the results are going to happen when they're ready to happen, and we can't make things happen. And you know, sometimes we can kind of nudge things along, but what it is that we're working for. When we have that dedication and we're working towards it, right? That when you feel more in control of a situation and you're like, okay, I can't make this happen any sooner, but I can focus on this other thing over here. I can focus, not that you're spreading yourself thin, it's still the same focus, right? But if you have, something, if you have this project, I'm sure that there's different parts to this project, or you have this goal in mind, that there's more than one part to this. So if you're working on one part, but that's not, you can work on another part, right? That you can work on something else that still has to be involved with that, a different area of that project. And but it's still staying focused on the project, and it's not giving up. Sometimes it's like we want to give up right before things happen, because that's when it's the hardest. That's when it tests us the most. And that's when it's so rewarding, is for the people that hang in there, the people that don't give up, the people who keep pursuing. And that's what it's rewarding for, is that the people who, obviously if it's something that is coming to an end and it's just not working, then obviously I'm not saying pursue something that really has no outcome. But I feel like, it's, you can have a feeling whether or not something is going to work or not, or something is going to, sometimes you have to tweak it a little bit, sometimes you have to change it, and sometimes you just have to do the hard work, and you just have to do that work and put in the time and make it happen and repeat that process and not give up on it. And if it's something that you believe in, that you keep pushing through, that you're like, yeah, like eventually it's going to come through. Eventually it's going to happen. But it's like when you have this sense of, when you feel relaxed and you say, okay, this is what the process is right now. As I always say, it's all about your outlook. And if you see us going through this process as something that is painful, something that is irritating, something that is frustrating, it makes the process even harder. But if you say, this is what it is, this is where I'm at, this is what I need to do, this repetition, or I just have to keep pushing forward, and I just have to keep doing it, and I have to keep, moving forward, and that this is what it is, that I'm going to make the best of it, then the process becomes easier, right? That you're making it easier for yourself. And I feel like that's what you need to do, is to hang in there, not give up, but take as much control of the situation as you can, and look at how you're perceiving things, and is there anything that you can do to change it, right? So if you're waiting for this job to come in, or you're starting a business, or whatever, finances, you're trying to get that back on track, or you're looking for a career, or you're going back to school, or whatever that is, it's like, if you believe that that is the right choice for you, to not give up on that, and that you're going to be challenged by it, and maybe it's challenged you to see how badly you want something, and how you want to succeed, right? And if you want to succeed, because I feel like so many people just give up, and then they just try something else, and then that only works to a certain point, and then they give up, and then they try something else. But it's like hanging in there and not giving up on yourself, if you feel that this is something that is the right move for you. The energy that wants to come in for you, is I feel like it's positive energy, it's refocusing, I feel that it's clarity, I feel that it's direction. It's like you never know what's going to happen, but if you believe in something, to follow through with that, if that's a dream that you want to have, that you have to fight for what is important to you. You have to get in the mindset, this is what I need to do, this is what needs to happen. And you have to just learn as much as you can, I like this 8 of Pentacles, because I feel like it's stack the odds in your favor, right? Set yourself up for success, to not have the distractions, to focus as much time as you can on this project that you have. And sometimes when you have that focus, that you can find answers to what you're looking for, that you're able to succeed with the overall energy and the 6 of Wands and the Fool. It's just like you're able to succeed because you're setting yourself up for success. Don't give up on something that, if you believe that it's important to you, that you're just being challenged right now to see how badly you want something. and that you're at a point where you're feeling stuck, where you're not really sure where to turn. I always try and find more information, and I feel like that with the Eight of Pentacles there is that it's like if you're having trouble, then maybe do some research and see if there's some books, see if there's some videos, see if there's maybe people around you that can maybe help you or suggest things to you that can give you more information. Just like for me with my YouTube channel, Minnow Pond has a dent makers class, and so I just feel really stuck, still kind of feel stuck with my Capricorn channel and my tarot channel. And so I took his class, and so that gave me a lot of insight. But the biggest insight that I learned is that you have to be consistent, and that doing tarot is a grind. It's hard work. It's a lot of videos every day. I put out 4 videos every single day, 2 on this channel, 2 on my other channel, and I also try and get out shorts each day, 1 on each channel. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I'm also trying to do put some shorts out on my Instagram, and I'd like to be able to do TikTok. I'm doing it all by myself, and it's a lot of work, but it feels good. I enjoy doing it. And basically what he was saying is it's a grind, and you have to keep pushing through, and you know, you just have to give it time. He said it took him 5 years before he became successful with his channel, and then all of a sudden he blew up. And it's just keeping with it, that if you believe that it's something that you want to have happen, that you have to keep with it. Same with me and my horse, that I had my horse, and that I had him probably like 3-4 years. I've had him 5 years now. The last year's been probably our best year. But definitely we had the struggles. I was like trying to train him and trying to work with him, and I wasn't getting it, and I felt it was kind of a battle between the two of us, but I hung in there, and I kept trying to do some research and not be overwhelmed, and I tried to adjust my outlook and what I expected from him, and then things just, you could feel each time something would click and our relationship became better. And it was something that was just had to happen over time, and I had to give it time. I've had other horses before, and it was like I didn't give them enough time, and so I would, of course life happened too. We moved from different states, and then other things happened, but I do wish that I had put more effort into it. And now I know that it's something that takes time. It's not, sometimes you're fortunate enough to have that horse that, you know, you can just get on and ride and there are no issues. And sometimes it's like, well, we've got some things we've got to work on here. And most of the times we've got some things we've got to work on here. But you have to be patient with those things. But, you know, I would watch a video on YouTube, and it would be like 30 minutes, and it's like, oh, okay, I know what I need to do, and you know, in 30 minutes we can have this problem solved. And of course I would go there, and that wouldn't happen. And so then it would be like 30 days before that would be solved, or I would finally figure out what it is that I need to do. And it was just my perspective on things. And I feel like this has to do with you too, is your perspective on things, that sometimes you just have, it's going to take longer than you think. Sometimes you have to research. So that's what I did with the horse. That's also what I did with my tarot channel, is I researched, okay, what courses are out there? What courses are going to correspond? And I figured Minnow Pond would be the best person to take a course from, is because he already has tarot. And I feel like tarot is so different from other YouTube channels, like having another YouTube channel. I feel like tarot, and that's what he said too, like tarot is in its own category because it's so different. But it was nice to hear, you know, other people that are on there that have tarot channels, that they're trying to get their channels to work, and they're trying to figure out things. And it's nice to have that community, and that also helps you feel good when you're waiting for your results to come in, and when you're waiting for things to happen, or for things to make sense, or, you know, to be able to have that community, and to be able to listen to other people and they're having the same struggles, and to feel like you're not alone in the community, that there are other people that are struggling with the same thing, you know. And not that you want other people to struggle, but to know that, you know, you're all kind of in it together, and you all want to succeed, and you're all trying to make it work. but to be able to go to people who are expertise in the area and to get some information from them. And sometimes that helps, right? That makes you feel better, that makes you feel calmer, that makes you feel even more motivated. Okay, that it took this person a while to do it, so I know I can do it. So I feel like that's kind of the problem these days, is that it always seems like it's instantaneous. And for some people it is. I had seen a video this morning. I'm not sure who she was. I only watched a few minutes of it. But she was saying about how she had a product. I don't know if it was painting or it was something like that. And she just decided to video the process of her making this painting or this product, whatever she makes. And she decided to post it on YouTube. And well, her video blew up. And then she has all these people wanting to order her things that she's making, and she has manufacturers that are contacting her, and you know, she was very lucky that she just posted this video, and you know, it got out to a lot of people, and so now she has, which is amazing, which is, you know, we all want to have that story, but I would say for the most of us it's going to be long term, and it's going to be something that we have to be dedicated to. So that's what we need to keep in mind. And the energy that wants to come in is just to be positive, right? With this Sun card, is to be positive, keep dreaming, don't give up, you know, take a break if you need to, but also fight for what you believe in, and to not get lost in, you know, don't deceive yourself, don't get in the negative, don't fool yourself, right? Don't put that mask on yourself and make it seem, you know, sometimes it's pretty easy for us to go to the negative, but it's like keeping a lid on that, right? Sometimes those thoughts can come in, but then we're like, nope, I'm gonna cover that up with the sun, right? That because the sun came out right after the moon. So if you start to have this cloudiness and you start to get confused and there starts to be deception, then put that sun card right on top of it and shine light on it and say, nope, I'm not going to accept that. That's not going to happen for me. We have chameleon spirit, act as if. And I like this card because I feel like it's putting yourself in the energy of being a success. To remind yourself and to put yourself in that energy and to feel that energy. Gem Goddess always talks about that a lot in her videos, and she is talking about putting yourself in that energy of success so that you can feel it, and so that you can embrace it, and so that you feel the happiness of your success, and that helps you to put yourself in a positive mood and a positive mindset, that sun mindset, where you make choices and decisions because you're feeling successful, you're feeling like you're on the right track. When you're feeling like in the moon and you're feeling deceptive and you're feeling dark and you're feeling heavy energy, then you make choices based on that energy. So that's when you start to shut things down. That's when you start to become lazy. That's when you want to give up on things, and you don't want to pursue things, and you're like, I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to start over. And you know, that's when you start to fall into those bad habits. And so so it's like acting as if, right, that you've already achieved your goals, that you're already where you want to be, and putting yourself in that, right, reminding yourself of that success. That gives you that positive motivation, right? Do what it is that you need to do that works best for you. Things work differently for everybody. Something that will work great for one person will not work for another person. Just like when I do hair, it's just like some of the shampoo and conditioner or the products will work great for one person, and those same products will just make a disaster out of somebody else's hair, right? So there's so many different variables going on here, so you have to find what works best for you. We have dominance, believing in yourself. That's the most important thing. And then we have, with that being next to chameleon spirit, right? Act as if. You have that dominance and you're believing in yourself even if you have doubts. And when you do that enough times and you put yourself in that energy, then you start to believe it, right? Then you really start to embrace that. And when you say, I am successful, I am amazing, I achieved my goals, I can achieve anything that I set my mind to, and you keep repeating that to yourself, then you start to, you start to be in that energy. And you believe that because that's what's happening, and then you start making choices to make that happen. Let's grab the Whispers of Healing. I felt like too, we have boundaries and we have triggers. All right, sometimes we have to set those boundaries for those triggers that we have. Boundaries for positive triggers and boundaries for negative triggers. So those are 2 cards that came out for you. So for you, you know, there may be some things that trigger you in a negative way, and so set those boundaries so that you're not around those, so you're not letting those things set you off, right? If it's something, excuse me, in your living space, or it's someone that's around you, or it's maybe a habit that you do, right? Then to set those boundaries and say, okay, I need to set those boundaries so that I'm not triggered. If there's something that triggers you in a positive way, that gets you motivated. So for me in the morning, I'm trying to, you know, do some stretches and do a little exercise in the morning to get myself going, and that helps to motivate me and push me forward. And then, you know, that triggers me in a positive way to get moving and get going. Let's grab a angel answers, right? Whatever works for you to get you to your goals. Trying, you know, things here and there. Sometimes I hear things that, you know, people like to suggest and that works for them, but those don't work for me. But at least if I've given it a try, then I know that I've given it a try. You're ready. You're ready for these changes, right? You're ready for this success. You're ready for things to happen. You just have to put all the puzzle pieces together, right? You're feeling challenged right now. You're feeling like, you know, it's not happening, but it's almost like, I think sometimes is that the universe sets us up so that when we have that success, that we handle it in the best way possible, and that it gets us as far as we want to get, right? That we don't just have that success and then we give up, or that things turn in a negative way, right? What's that saying? Be careful what you wish for, because sometimes, you know, you want to have something and then it's like, then you have it, you're like, oh wow, this is not what I was thinking, right? That this is a lot harder than I thought, or this is affecting my life more than what I thought, right? That this is different than what I was thinking. So sometimes I feel like the universe prepares us for the other side, that when we achieve our goals, that we're really able to embrace those and learn from those the most. All that glitters, we have the gold, and then we have the mask that is on top, seeing the reality for what things are, right? That's what I was saying over here, is that sometimes we feel challenged by things, and that this process may take longer than what you were thinking, but to see that, okay, this is the moment where I am, and this is what it is, so how can I make the best of this, right? That not being fooled by other things, not being fooled by other people's successes or what's going on in their life, but to say that, but to realize this is your path, this is your journey, and this is how things are going, right? And seeing it for what it is. Let's grab a psychic tarot card here. Have fun with the process. I'm looking at the Fool card. I feel like it's have fun with the process. Not always stressing about getting to the end, but have fun with the process. And the process becomes life. The process becomes the goal. We have crown chakra. So the crown chakra is your intuition, and trusting your intuition, being guided by that, following that, feeling that, you know, embracing that. I feel like that may be something that you need to work on, is that crown chakra, your intuition, and believing in yourself, right? Believing that it's going to happen and not giving up on yourself. That's why, like, whenever I stop making videos for this channel, that I always feel like I'm giving up on myself, and I'm like, and I always think about the channel, and I always think of, you know, when I'm not doing it, and I'm just like, oh, I just, like, this channel is my baby. This is my first channel that I had, and I just feel like it's a part of me, and I've put so much into it, and, you know, we've had our breakups, but each time I feel like I come back stronger. Each time I feel like I come back more confident, and I have more belief in myself, and I have more belief that this will become successful in whatever way that is meant to be. And it's just like, it's something that I feel is it's a lot of work, it's a lot of dedication, but it brings so much satisfaction to myself. And it's just something that I don't want to give up on. And I feel like the same thing for you is it being in that intuition and saying this is something that you believe in and that you don't want to give up on. And it's going to be, any relationship that you have is challenging. Any relationship with a partner, with a friend, with a family member, with people at work, even sometimes with your animals, right? That it can be really challenging and it can be a lot of work, right? And there'll be those times where you feel frustrated, but there's be those times that you feel elated. We have fire. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present, right? Embrace the present to what you have going on right now. That's what I was saying earlier, is being in the moment right now and dealing with what it is right now, and what can you do to help yourself in this moment right now to have that success, right? To feel successful, acting as if, you know, it's change that attitude, change those things that you're focusing on, and making sure that you're always like working towards your goal, that you're not working against yourself, that you're working for yourself, and just have fun with the process, right? Having fun with life. I went to Walmart today and I just had a smile on my face all day. And I'm loving life finally. I mean, I went through many decades of just not loving life. And I'm finally at this point, and I just felt so happy today walking around Walmart. You know, I was there for an hour and a half trying to, you know, I'm having a cookout this weekend with the kids, so I was getting stuff. But it was just like, I just was smiling. I don't know why. It wasn't any particular reason. I just felt happy. I just felt good. And it feels so good to feel good. And whenever I have those days where I don't feel good, I'm like, I want to get back to the days that I feel good. And so I want to act as if I'm feeling good that day. And it's not lying and it's not a falsehood, but it's trying to get yourself back into that happy place. And it's like, I love days like today where I just feel happy and I just feel thankful and I have gratitude for all that's around me and what's going on in my life, even though there are definitely things that I want to work on, that I want to be better, that I want to achieve. I have a list of things that need to be done, but I'm just in the moment and just enjoying the moment, right? That I'm here at Walmart and I'm shopping around, and that I just felt positive in the moment. And it's just like, those moments are the best, right? At least for me, that's what I think. All right, I could babble on forever with that, but I won't. All right, thank you so much for watching, especially if you're still hanging in there with me. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It is very helpful. I do know that I wish I meant to research that I noticed, like, I was watching an Alex Hormozy video today and there was no like button. So I need to research that. And somebody was telling me that there's no likes and I don't know why that is. I don't know if they're testing something or, what's going on with that. But anyways, if you're still hanging in there, this has helped me greatly, just you watching the whole way through, and I appreciate that. I hope you have an amazing day. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.